I got started in a band was sophomore year of college. I met someone through a film called Death of a Rock Star, and she heard that I might have played guitar, which I didn't at the time. So she asked me if I wanted to be in her band, and I didn't know how to play guitar, but I said yes anyway, because I wasn't gonna say no to being in a band.
I'm in Katie's student film Mime. Shout out to Mime. And they were just looking for a drummer. They knew that their previous drummer wasn't going to be able to be as available throughout the semester, so they still wanted to play. So she just asked me if I wanted to play, and I said sure. I'm always down to play. So that was basically it, just knowing Katie, and then she just asked me to join.
I've always been a musical person. My family always had music playing whenever, we were just in the house or outside or doing anything. We just always had music on. I guess music's just in my blood. It's not something that, I chose. It's just always been like a part of me.
Well, when I was in high school, I was playing drums like every day. It seemed like not every day, but just doing school, like marching band and stuff. But so then going to college, it was like I just don't even have a kit. I don't even have access to a kit. Because even like after school, I would come home and practice just for fun. Even if I didn't have like a show or a gig coming up.
For Yellowhammer, our set list is completely classic. It's blending all of our skills and tastes together, and we all agree on what song we play. And at the end of the day, it depends on what note I can hit. I don't know how or when I developed my own voice, because in high school when I was in choir, I was always put in the back. And so when I started playing guitar, I kind of realized no, I want to sing. And so when my friends came up to me wanting to form a new band and they asked if I wanted to play guitar for it, I was like, no, I want to try singing. And then I did. And you just, especially for rock and roll, you just have to full send it. And it's more of like a feeling, notes come second. First you just got to sing it, you got to do it. And then throw in a right note in there too. But Bob Dylan never sang a right note. Not once in his career. As far as Bob Dylan's love for music and less about the perfection of it, because music is never about the perfection of it.
I can tell her what sounds good and what doesn't. Which, happened in the Mime, of course, where I'd be like, I think it would sound better if I did this, and and sometimes she would agree and sometimes she'd disagree, and that's the sign of a good, partnership almost. Especially creatively, is that being able to disagree and being able to step in and say, hey, do this different, do that different, try this differently, and pushing the other person to go out of their shell a little bit.
My personal experience, it's less about the audience's energy and more about the synergy between the band members. Because college students here, they'll rock out, but, not all the time. Every crowd is different, but what you can rely on is, your brothers.
I remember on the way we played at Webster's a few weeks ago, and on the way there, Katie was all stir crazy because she didn't think we had practiced enough, and she was all like, well, I don't know if we're prepared enough. And I said, you're never going to be prepared. You're never going to, anything can happen, especially in the music sense, is no matter how prepared you think you are, it's never, something's going to come up. That's the true sign of a musician, is being able to adapt.
With Yellowhammer, it feels like we're all tied by the red string of fate. And that red string of fate is music. And that's like so fucking hippy dippy. But I mean, that's what it is. I don't know.
It's the friendship, it's the fun of doing it. Being able to create something with other people has always been the joy in my eyes of it. Is not the, oh, we're making the best sounding, well, I think it sounds good and we're better than this band. It's like, no, it's you're hanging out with your buddies, you're doing what you love, and if you can project that joy onto other people in the crowd through them seeing you have so much fun, that's the real relationship of it.
If my younger self saw who I was today, she would be so happy. You know, I feel like the one thing that I'm really proud of myself for is doing everything that my 5-year-old self wanted to do. And I've lived a lot of life since I was 5 years old. I've had and to come out at the end of college, having done all the things that, I dreamed about doing, and I'm only 21, like, holy shit.
I had gotten so used to playing with my other band because they were like the only people I played with for so long, and then being able to play with people that have different music tastes and different backgrounds and different training on music and outlook on music has been very educational for me as a drummer, and just being able to adapt to different scenarios. Because with my other band, we don't play a lot of the same music. Like, we play rock music, but it's a little bit harder and faster. But this is just pure like rock and roll. Most of the songs we play. So it is that, like, using a different part of your brain, because I'm so used to doing stuff here and here and here, but you don't always need to do that with the kind of music we play.
Synergy is developed by how much you practice and hang out with each other. Because playing in a band is very, it relies a lot on instinct, and skill is involved, but at the end of the day, you have to kind of read each other's minds. You have to be that close. You have to form a family. I'm just really grateful for Yellowhammer, and I'm gonna remember it for the rest of my life.